All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, this is the brother Shati from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this sit down was inspired by a video that I saw on the YouTube channel by the Epic Economist. Okay? And it's entitled, Be Ready for Civil War as Strange Things Happen in America. And everybody can feel that something is not right in the world. Everybody senses it. Everybody is seeing what's going on, and whether they want to admit it or not, they know that something is highly wrong with America and that things are about to take a drastic turn for the worse. So we're going to let this video play. I might play about 5 minutes of it, and then we'll get some scripture.
Right now, this country is closer to a civil war.
America is definitely headed to civil war the way things are going.
The United States is moving, not inexorably, but still moving toward civil war.
Right now, people across America are saying the same thing. Something big is coming. Whether you believe we're headed for a civil war or not, the tension out there is real. People are scared. People are angry. And a lot of folks are already preparing. Let's take a look at what some people are saying about this.
There's a lot of turmoil going across the country and the world, honestly, right now. Think about if civil unrest erupts in your area. That would cause a widespread of violence and looting, and authorities are not going to be able to control or maintain order. And your neighborhoods and cities will become so unsafe. Seen this happen time and time again, but the state that these countries and our country is in right now, it would not be a surprise to me if there is a huge civil unrest. Is this something you are prepared for?
This country is closer to a civil war than we have been in our lifetime, our grandparents' lifetime. We are closer to civil war than the last time we went to civil war. And I know all the chronically online people think that that's cool or whatever. Well, I don't even like these people anyway. I don't like liberals. I don't like Republicans. Whatever side you're on. I don't think you understand what that means. I don't think you understand the tragedy that this could be.
America is in a civil war. The bullets are words, words of mass destruction. And the battlefronts are Congress, the Supreme Court, Wall Street, and media. Enlist and resist until we can all vote again.
America is definitely headed to civil war the way things are going. And it's easy to understand. Every ethnic or religious group views themselves as the glass half full. And so white Christians in America generally believe George Washington was good, the wars were just, capitalism's provided a lot of opportunities and technological advancements. Now, the thing is, if you come from a different ethnic or religious group and you come to a new country and they're different than you, the glass is half empty. So now people are coming and thinking George Washington was bad, capitalism's bad, it's a racist country, etc. And same thing if white people could suddenly vote in China. They wouldn't like Mao Zedong or communism or care about the Taiwan issue. And so I hope this changes and people become more objective. But voting for Democrats and open borders, it's definitely going to lead to a civil war.
Yeah, you can feel it, right? There's this shift happening, and people aren't just talking about politics anymore. They're talking about survival. And what's unsettling is how many people from completely different walks of life are arriving at the same conclusion. We might be closer to a breaking point than most of us want to admit. And if it does happen, this wouldn't look like anything like the last one. It would be something far worse than people dare to imagine. And that's exactly what a lot of folks are trying to warn about.
So I'm just going to call it because I don't see anybody else calling it. We're in a civil war. It is this administration versus the people. The top versus the fucking bottom. It is not left versus right anymore. It is top versus fucking bottom. It is this administration against cities that don't comply. It is this administration against states that don't comply. The things this administration are doing to citizens are war crimes. This is war on our citizens. Specifically targeting our most vulnerable citizens who have the least ability to defend themselves. It's sick. It's disgusting. This is civil war, and you gotta choose what fucking side you're on. Are you with the people, or are you a pawn for the 1%? And if that's the path you choose, just know they don't give a shit about you. You are a little cog in their machine that they can replace. Look at the way this country treats its veterans. They don't give a shit about you. They don't care about protecting you. All they care about is protecting their corporate interests and Israel. That's it.
Well, not to be depressing, but here's the truth and something you...
And the video is just a whole compilation of the similar message of the same message, I should say. Everybody knows that what's going on in America can't continue the way that it is. America is too far gone. All right, the time of peace and prosperity and easy living, the happy days, all those times are completely over. All right, as I mentioned in another sit down, it's time not only for Edom to bleed, it's time for the whole United States to start bleeding. Because of all the wickedness that is done. And even the scripture talks about that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me put it on pause. Revelation 18, and I'm going to start at 3. It says, for all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. It says, reward her even as she's rewarded to you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. It says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai who judgeth her. And see, this is why this civil war is going to be coming, as spoken of also specifically in 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. And it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations. Let's also go to, I think that's Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. Against the walled cities. Or it might be Zephaniah 1. Yep. Here's Zephaniah 1 and I'm going to start at 12. It says, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore, their good shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. The great day of Yahweh is near, it is near and hasteneth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. The day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. It says, I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as the dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by fire, by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. So this civil war is destined to happen, because the Lord said that his word is not going to come back to him void. Okay, as spoken of in Job, the Lord also said that he's appointed the bounds in which he cannot pass, and we are at that time. We are at the time of a great reckoning in America because of his sins. And the greatest sin that America did, all right, was putting their hands on the children of Israel and stealing their heritage. This is what the Bible calls the controversy of Zion. This is why America has to have that great reckoning, because of all the wickedness that is done from generation to generation to generation up into this very day. All right, the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, as the scripture said, is about to prepare a great slaughter here in Babylon the snake. And everybody can sense it. Everybody can sense it. Even the most cognitive dissonant person can see that something is about to go down. We don't have no 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. This thing is ready to go at any day. And this is why the men of the Lord, we're telling you all out there, hey, you better get ready and you better be right with the Lord. Because when this thing goes down, I mean, for some of you all, it might be too late. This is why the scripture says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Draw to him while he is near. All right. You don't want to be the person trying to cry out to the Lord when all this shit goes down, because in your specific situation, it might be too late. So that's all I wanted to say on this. I hope you all are edified. Till the next time, we're going to say shalom.